That work? Is it working? Okay, cool. Okay. Wasn't it interesting? Did you notice, those of you that were not drumming, you could still feel it? Do you sometimes do healing, drum healing on your Tuesday night thing sometimes? Once in a while. If you want a healing using drums, check in with Daryl. It is like incredible. It's really, really incredible. There's just something about the resonance of that. Did anybody notice that when somebody else's drum was drumming, theirs was humming? Theirs vibrating also? This is also a reflection of how we're connected. You know, we resonate with certain people, and other people we don't resonate with, and it's all okay. But we'll hang out with the ones we resonate with, and then the ones that are, don't quite get vibrated enough, well, you just kind of move on. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Okay, so, oh, good Lord.
I'm glad you resonate with me.
Phil said, I'm glad you resonate with me. Okay, can we just change subject? Okay, I really want to. Oh, there's no coming back from that, is there? Let's play another drum song. No, I don't. I want to talk to you a little bit today about death and dying. And the reason I want to talk to you about that is, the big thing that happened in our land. There's a lot of people that died tragically, abruptly. And I've been talking with some people about, a lot of people have been having some really bad dreams lately. Dreams of people dying horribly. And I think there's this energy going on. Talk to somebody who studies the Ayurvedic astrology. And apparently there's planetary movement. This is about bringing the things that are unseen to the surface to look and heal, to look at and heal. We have a full moon right now, and she said this is a really good time. Now that kind of softens that energy. It should make it a little easier for us to process things out. So if you've been anybody having really strange bad dreams, oh my gosh, they're just terrific. More so than normal. So this is, it feels to me like there are a lot of souls that when they passed, there was no justice. Nobody knew it happened. And so this is their way of entering our consciousness. We recognize their trauma, and then they can journey on. At the same time that we had one of our newer members just had her son commit suicide. And that's hard. It's a really hard time. There's others in this room who have had family members commit suicide. And even though a person may feel like the world is better off without them, your resonance as a soul is felt. And when people take themselves out like that, the anguish and pain that's left behind is phenomenal. It's really, really difficult. And that leads us to a whole batch of spiritual questions, does it not? Should we talk about our thing first and then do the spiritual questions? Yeah, talk about it. I have to tell you that there was a point in my life where I was living 10 minutes at a time. That suicide was a very viable option. I lived about 2 weeks, 10 minutes at a time. And then it got to 5 minutes at a time. I can go 5 minutes. If I don't hurt any worse for the next 5 minutes, I'll go ahead and have a plan. Have a plan. It was a stupid plan, and I probably would have failed, but at the time, this is where I went. When I went to 3 minutes, my friend says, I really hurt. I just have no right to live. I don't belong here. Nothing good about me whatsoever. The world would be so much better without me. Went to 3 minutes. Call. What is going on with you? Are you okay? No, not so much. I'm on my way. How does it work? So said, I've got to go home, not feeling well. Go to the mountain. And I said, I got a plan. He said, well, I knew you were depressed. You have a plan? Yeah. My friend told me first to do. Give them to me now. Actually, I don't think he said he went and got them first. He never touched them. It's sacred ground. And part of that is because he's afraid we're going to find it now. Don't go in the dark. But he went in there, got him out, threw him out, and that was. And then we went to the doctor, and then I went into a facility for 2 weeks. Felt like for freaking ever, but it was the best 2 weeks of my life, and the worst 2 weeks of my life. And I want Phil to chat just a minute about being on the other end of that. Would you be able to share how me being in such distress, what that was like on your end of that?
Sometimes we talk about how and when we're going to do things, and other times we have no clue. So this is one of those. Yeah. I think so many people, or a lot of people in a circumstance like that would try to talk it through with someone and saying, oh, it's not a great idea, and maybe take them seriously, but maybe not seriously enough. I took it very seriously and did something about it. Right then and there was no talking about it. There was, come on, we're going right now.
Get in the car.
And she was in the facility by that evening. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was just nothing that I wanted to even be close to without doing something about it. And I know since that time, and call it an intervention if you want, you know, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, that's what it would have been called. But I think so many people don't do things like that. And I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, but I'm saying that, you know, given the chance and someone is as serious as this one was, maybe that's something that someone needs to do. Take them by the hand and help them. Take them to a professional. Because we can talk all we want, but who are we? We're brother, sister, mom, father, cousin, friend, but we're not a professional. And professionals know what to do. They know the real warning signs. They know when someone is actually being serious about something and when they're maybe just, you know, talking about it. Need to talk it out.
Need to be heard.
Because at some point, certainly people do need to be talked out. And actually, we have a professional in the audience.
We do.
So
I want to bring your attention to Rochelle Princeton. If you ever have a question or need to know, is my person serious? What do I do with all of this? She can help you walk through that process. She can give you referrals to people that can really help you. We got her an asset here. She's pretty phenomenal. I think the question I would ask of you, Phil, is how did you feel when that was going on?
I was terrified. Absolutely terrified that she was actually going to do something if I left her. So.
And did I give you a whole lot of warning about how bad I was before then? Do you have a clue?
She's really good. I think, as a lot of people are when they're in those situations, they tend to hide things like that with a kind of a small grin on their face. No, everything's just fine. When in fact it really, really isn't. So there's frequently no warning at all. We were fortunate that she said something to me.
We were fortunate that you picked up on it and called me.
Yeah.
You said, what's going on? Come on that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that changed everything.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah, thank God for Phil. Every day I thank God for Phil. Now, all that to say that suicide is this moment when you recognize what I'm doing ain't working. It's your soul, your spirit, your heart, your mind, everything saying, this is not working, it's got to stop. Unfortunately, when people get in that mindset, they think, I have to stop. I have to stop my physical form. I have to stop this. Rather than, I got to go get some new damn tools. And that's what suicide is all about, saying, I don't have the right tools. I did what my parents did. It worked for them. It's not working for me. I got to find a different tool. So if you're in that state of being, let me tell you, you'll be so glad you did not follow through on whatever plan you got. Because, oh my gosh, it gets so much better. As soon as you shift out of that, I stopped being what everybody else wanted me to be, and I kind of began to be the person I was meant to be. I'm really grateful I didn't act on it. I'm grateful I had God sent me Phil. One reason why. He picked up on the fact that my resonance was off. What's wrong with you? He didn't do that very often. What's wrong with you? He called me over. So then that leads us to all kinds of questions about those who have committed suicide. We've had somebody that has passed by their own hand. Have my Jesus something. Have my Jesus something. Because their pain is transmuted and we suffer. It's hard. It's extremely painful because there's all kinds of questions of, could I have done it differently? Should I have said something? Should I have noticed? And the answer is, if they're as good as I was at hiding things, and usually people who are desperate are really good at hiding things, then this is their journey, and you are caught in the backwash of their cosmic tide pool. Does that make sense to you? So there's a lot of pain and suffering that we experience as a result of that. Part of that painful experience is, okay, do their souls go to hell? And you've probably heard that before. So let me address that just because I can tell you. My experience as a psychic medium, talking to people that have crossed over and that have crossed themselves over, my experience of that is no. My experience of that is sometimes they hang out for a while because they're such in a dark place they can't see the light cross over. They can't see the portal of light cross over. Sometimes they need a little assistance. But I want to bring you to the good thing because there's some good stuff in the good thing. All these tabs, these are for me. This is something else. Don't worry about that. We're not going to go through all this. I want to hear from you. First of all, baseline, bottom line, whatever else you know this. 1 John 4:18. For there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear involves punishment. The one who fears is not perfected in love. We love because he first loved us. Verse 8. God is love. God is love. Hold that thought. When Jesus was on the cross, I don't like to think about that. That's, I pain still scares me. I don't like it. He was, as he was being crucified, Jesus was saying, this is an ongoing thing, so he may have said it more than once. Jesus was saying, Father, forgive them, they know not what they're doing. Father, forgive them, they know not what they're doing. So the people that were crucified him, there were people that didn't acknowledge him, didn't like him, hated him, and there were people that didn't care. They were just doing their job. Well, let's take another one down because we got to keep these Jewish people suppressed. Forgive them. So then you also have the verse from Mark. No one comes to the Father except by me. Well, what if Jesus is standing at the gate going, Father, forgive sings this song. We know he's doing. Wouldn't that ring true for the Christ consciousness that we know to be true? Father, forgive them. They don't know what they're doing. And here's why we don't know what we're doing. And here's why suicide victims can get locked in that category if they didn't know what they were doing. When we have a mental pattern that we perpetuate over and over and over and over. How many people saw the movie What the Bleep Do We Know? There's a little section in there where it shows that we have these receptors in our mind and other connectors in our mind, and when we think of thought, there's a fire, a connection, an energetic spark, thank you, between the receptor and the connector, okay? So when we think of thought over and over and over and over and over and over and over, it almost gets hardwired. And when it gets hardwired, can we think a new thought? No, because we're locked, we're stuck in a thought. Doesn't make the thought right, doesn't make the thought true, but it makes it locked in. We get locked and loaded in a perpetuating thought that no matter what's going on, we're going to have this come back again and again and again and again, and it locks. So we don't know what they're doing because they're locked in an old pattern that they can't break free. Well, how do you break free? How did I break free? That was the first thing. Now there's lots of tools. Gratitude is a powerful tool that we can use spiritually. I'm grateful for the sun coming up. It's a rough day. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't like it. This hurts like heck. This is not fair. I don't like it. But I'm grateful I'm here. Because if you take yourself out, on the other side, you don't have any tools now. I mean, you don't have a physical form that can move you to the next step. You're kind of done. So having that experience, if you take yourself out, this is so darn hard for me. I hope you can appreciate how hard this is for me. I'm trying to talk to you about some really tough stuff that's really hard on my heart, hard on my soul. So thank you for your patience. When we take ourselves out, whatever issues we are working on currently, when we make a choice to take ourselves out, we no longer have any new choices. The choices are done. We have that final countdown. We're done. Once we cross over, then I don't know if anybody believes in reincarnation. Do you do? Guess what? You didn't learn the lesson you came here to learn. You're going to get it again. So why not just do it now, and next life will be easier, right? That's the theory behind all of that. When we take ourselves out, we leave a resonance of anguish. We may move on. We may move on to the next phase, whatever that might be for you. We leave a resonance of pain that takes forever for a family to overcome. Doesn't it? If you've had someone take themselves out in your world, you know the anguish never ends. And then you hear somebody else that has taken themselves out, and your pain is reignited again. Because there's just this resonance of anguish. And I'm so grateful to have drumming Sunday, because this drumming can replace the resonance of that anguish with a resonance of hope. And with that said, I want to leave you with one last rejoice in the Philippians 4. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. Double duty here. Be happy. Remember, years ago we had little wristbands that said, choose happy. Happy is a choice. Suffering happens. Misery is optional. Right? Choose happy. A friend of mine went to see her this weekend. And she had a little stepdog. She had a stepdaughter that brought the dog. So was a stepdog. And this stepdog, she already had two other big dogs. And this dog just growled and snarled and snapped and everything, just miserable. I made everybody miserable and all that. And all of a sudden one day, the dog just flipped. And she was pranced along right with the rest of them. They do things together. Everything's fine. She'd eat in harmony with the rest of them. Her little name was Cricket. Cricket chose happy. Choose happy. It's a choice. Suffering is going to be there. But we can choose happy. And the first step is this gratitude thing. Grateful sun came up. Don't know what the blankety blank I'm going to do with this. Because I don't have any new tools that I didn't have yesterday. But I'm going to look for tools. I'm going to look for some more tools. Because what I was doing ain't working. So there's a better way to do something, and it's better for me. I can't do it their way anymore. I got to find what works for me. It's time to do my way. Do it my way. Right? Because if you're living somebody else's life, it's going to not be fun. If you're living your own life, oh my gosh, joy. Rejoice. You can rejoice in that. I tell you that one. Someone who knows. So rejoice in the Lord always. I say rejoice. Let your forbearing spirit be known to all men. The Lord is near. Forbearing spirit. That's forgiveness. Let it go. Forgive them, Lord. They know not what they do. Maybe your parents were really screwed up. Forgive them. They know not what they do. They didn't know any better. Forgive them. Let your forbearing spirit be known. Doesn't mean you have to hang out with them every weekend. You can let that go. You don't have to be their best friend. You can release them for your own benefit. For the Lord is near. The Lord is. Remember, speaking. The Lord is right here. You forget. Be anxious for nothing. Okay, now, I have kind of an anxiety disorder. I drove to Goldendale Friday and back yesterday. That just scares the crap out of me to drive by myself. But you know what? And I made it. I got the car to come home. Oh, wait, I'm good. Give yourself a minute. Deb was telling me a story. This was Deb. She used to attend before she moved on. She's a school counselor for kindergarten through fourth grade in the little town of Goldendale. And so she would get a soda pop, shake up. And she'd go, I'm going to open this. And the kids go, oh, no, no, no. And she'd go, well, you know, she'd tap on the lid of it. I'm going to think about that. Maybe just spewing is not the right thing. Let me think about that. And then she opens it, and of course it doesn't spew. And the kids go, ah! But it doesn't spew because she's tapped on it. It's giving ourselves a minute to just process it out. Make sense? We get to do that. Because sometimes we spew, or we do, or react, or respond, and it's not appropriate. It's based on that hardwired connection that we can disconnect. We get to disconnect that. I have to tell you, I haven't had a suicidal thought in years. Thank you, God. It's gone. Thank you. Yay. Yes. So be anxious for nothing. But in everything, by prayer and supplication, that's asking. With thanksgiving, there's gratitude. Let your requests be made known to God. You're heard. If you want a new path, if you want a new way of doing something, God will help you find that tool. If you are willing, but you got to want it. If you don't want to, nothing's going to happen. But if you want to, it'll be revealed to you in a profound and shocking and stunning way. Somebody will show up and pick up the phone and, what's wrong with you? There you go. Now the peace of God, so that's with prayer, thanksgiving, talk to God, give it a minute, forgive, rejoice. This is powerful stuff. And the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, shall guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus, and that Christ consciousness. You'll be guarded. You'll be protected. And some new thoughts can start to take place. Some new aspects, some new awareness can take place. So that helps us where we're at. But what about the ones who have crossed over? I think there's some ones that have crossed over really hard for them. Because it's like, okay, now I don't have my body, now what do I do? So we want them to cross over into the light and find that peace that's available to us here. We just kind of get blind to it because we're busy thinking that blocked in thought. Is there any drumming songs to help people cross over at all? Do you know? Okay. So, let's do this. Whether it's the people in Orlando that died tragically, or someone you know passed over by their own hand, I think, can we just do like a heartbeat? Can everybody do a heartbeat? And I want to walk you through a bit of a guided meditation to go with that. Yeah, let's do the drummers up here. Can we do that too? And if you have a trauma of someone who has passed, either from, I have one more thing to say. Make yourself comfortable. I think we need to just get the heck over judgment about people crossing themselves over. Did I just get loud for some reason? Because here's the deal. When was the last time you were perfect? And you know what? Let's think about that. How many times have we known we shouldn't have had chocolate cake? And we did it anyway. You know, people that spew this crap about, oh, it's the sacred temple and they got to go to hell because they're not taking care of their temple. Come on! When was the last time you exercised every day because you know it's right for you? Do you do that? Phil does. We can't.
There's always a diehard somewhere.
There's always a diehard somewhere, and we've got one of them back there in the back. But the rest of us, do we do it perfectly? No. We eat crap. We don't sleep. We do stupid stuff, watch marathon movies of stuff. We do that. Play video games. Don't we do that crap? So let's just get out of the damn judgment and let's get back into love, what it's all about, and let's drum for these people that could use love. Go for it. Heartbeat. If you have someone in your circle of influence that left this life by their own hand, know that your heart still beats with love for them. That love will always be there for them. Good. Can you be a little stronger? Now, with that love in your heart, be mindful. Be mindful of the loved ones that have lost someone. Whatever the reason, whatever the cause. And in that mindfulness, hold love in your heart even deeper. Bring to yourself even more love from Divine Source, because we don't have enough. We have enough to connect in with Divine Source. And let this Divine Source amplify the love in our hearts now. Bring in more love than that now. Even more. Let yourself be a vessel for even more love than that. And imagine in your mind's eye an opening of light. And imagine in your mind's eye love waiting. Don't you love it? The lights flashed off and on. And with the love in your heart, send love to those that are wanting to go home. Let that love flow through you to them. You don't have to carry their pain. Let Jesus have it. Let higher source have it, whatever that works for you. And in your mind's eye, see them making that transition into love, where there's no punishment, just love, just light, just joy. And as we see them continue to cross over, release them and allow them that journey on their own. And feel your heart filling with new batch of love, a new level of love, and sending that love out to their families. And if you have lost someone, allow yourself to receive that love in full measure, without guilt, without shame, without judgment. Just receive. Do you have a song you could just lead us right into? It's all good. You want to take over and let's do another one?
What's that?
Want to do another one?
I don't know. We just flip that up.
We'll do communion. Why don't you do one more song, then we'll do communion in a circle.
Sounds good. Okay. I always begin and end every running Sunday or drum circle with the same spot. So here we go. And it's just to honor our mother more than both our eternal mother as well as our spiritual mother. Mother, I feel you. me off yet? Thank you very much, Mother Lee.
One last thing. One last thing. We're on Father's Day, and the energy of Father is protection and authority. So whether you have a physical father in this world still or not, the energy of Father and Father's Day is self-authority and self-protection. You have the power of choice. Wherever you go, whatever you do from here is your choice. You choose. Mr. Phil. Oh, I can actually get back here. Look at all this room. Let's just dance around.
Give my drummers a hand here.
Yeah. Woo-hoo. Okay. Communion is a physical manifestation or a physical pattern of connection. We're already connected, but this is a reminder. This is a connection point, a physical action that we do to stabilize and lock in the spiritual things that we do. So whether you like unleavened bread, rice cakes if you're wheat intolerant, animal crackers, whatever works for you, works for us. Would you join us in prayer, please? Loving Spirit of Light, we are so grateful for the love that we understand and we're understanding more about. Help us as we make choices every day. Help us to disengage from choices that leave us bereft and broken and full of misery and disdain. Help us to make choices that help us to bring us to happy. We ask that you walk with us in every choice. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. As that goes around, would you join us in prayer again, please? Loving Spirit of Light, as we drink this in, help us to drink in life. All of it. Even if we don't know what the heck we're doing, even if it's painful, even if we're struggling to find our own way. Help us to drink this in and drink in life and know that you walk with us in all things and you will lead us. These things we pray in the name of Jesus. Amen. Oh, sorry. Falling down on my job here.
Peggy, you want to do this? Peggy, do you want to do this?
Sure, I'll be glad to.
Speaking of gratitude, I am so very grateful to have this community to call my spiritual home. I look forward to coming on Sundays, and when I don't get to be here, I truly miss the fun we have, the laughter we share, the spiritual journeys that we take, the incredibly moving, powerful, insightful messages we receive, whether from Janice or from Christopher or from anyone else in our midst who shares those learnings with us, things I've learned. This has been a powerful journey for me, an ongoing one. I'm on that path. And I wish to thank all of you for being part of that with me. Certainly the pats on the back, the warm hugs, and come with me and take this journey this week. We're going to do this. So I am so grateful for all of you here, and faces I don't get to see all the time, like my friend Bert. So thank you. I am very grateful to be here. And your story today just touched me in many ways. So thank you very much. And as a gratitude for that, I want to be the first. Put my offering in with a blessing to go forth and keep on giving. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
for the opportunity.
Thank you, Peggy. And let's, last but not least, give a huge round of applause to our Daryl, who has spiritual drum. After services, if you want to come up and look at the artwork on that, it's just beautiful. This is buffalo. Elk on one side, buffalo on the other. It's just a beautiful drum. Oh, yeah. You want to? Where should we go? Yeah, please do.
Okay, this drum was like a very long dream of mine, and the congregation here was nice enough to donate the money and their time. But what we did when we bought the hoop, we left it up here for, I think, almost a month. And people came in, put their blessings and their prayers on the inside of this hoop, wrote them on the inside of the hoop. So every time we play that, all those blessings and those prayers are going out to us. So, yes, if you do get a chance to come up and look at it, it's an awesome thing. It's a very spiritual thing. So.
It was a profound process when people were doing it together, and so it's such a gift for us. So we're really grateful that we.
I think that's the first time I met William, actually. William helped me.
Well, yeah,
the very
William.
first time I met William, we put that together.
Oh, they were sweating up a storm, just pulling on this. It was hard work. Much blessed as a result. Am I forgetting anything? Oh, yes, I'm forgetting you.
Well, let me grab the gratitudes first. Because I know there's some in there.
So one last thing, and then we'll circle them up.
And remember, a bunch of us always go out to West Richland to have a bite to eat at JD's. They're under new management, so no more grits. Dang it. But food's still good.
Thank you. Okay, well, I'll start with the gratitudes. For gorgeous Father's Day, for a gorgeous Father's Day. And then this one just says family, which that pretty much one word says it all. Grateful for my friend Terry and my higher power and the love of my church and family. It says church family.
Amen to that.
So, what I wanted to mention is that we haven't had a potluck or a gathering after church for a little bit. And so we're going to do an ice cream social on the 3rd. What I'd like to know is there anybody out there that loves to make their own ice cream? Okay? So then what we're going to It was like, okay, well, no hands. That's the first time I've never had any hands go up. So are we just going to...
We'll just supply, ice cream, cones, bowls, toppings, whatever
after
we need.
church. So right after church, we'll go have dessert before we go.
And in the meantime, if anybody decides they want to do that,
Yes.
on top of
Please
everything
just
else.
let me know. Let Janice know if you do. You know.
Can we bring toppings?
Sure. If you want.
Bring toppings.
What did you?
She wanted to know if she could bring toppings.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm not going to say no to anything like that.
Just kind of let Valerie know
Yeah,
so
kinda
that we can
coordinate.
coordinate. We don't have just
Too
all
much.
caramel and chocolate.
And then look on the calendars because we have. I planned a barbecue after church next month, and then in August we're going to do a potluck. But I kind of told Sharon to put it on the schedule as an Italian feed. But I'm kind of thinking we might want to do another chili cook-off contest. Yeah, it's been a couple years. So what do you guys think? Hands for Italian or hands for chili cook-off?
Chili.
Okay.
Both, 2 different days.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking meat.
We'll do both. So we'll plan it. We'll plan it and do both. So look for those things to come. And